Hi Cancer, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into this, I would like to set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. We are starting off with the Chariot, which is your card, Cancer. Right next to Gemini and Mercury. It seems like there was something that needed to happen. Something, maybe even a type of energy you wanted to bring into a connection you have with someone. Something that may have felt difficult to do in the first place. I'm getting a sense of wanting to instill a sense of balance into a relationship. Maybe something that you felt had gotten out of balance in some way. We're looking at all major arcanas here with Cancer, Gemini, Mercury, Libra. Maybe you felt like something was weighing on you, almost like it was up to you or your responsibility to do something, to make something happen. And maybe you were feeling almost like if you didn't do it, nobody would. I'm kind of getting that, Cancer. You may have also felt like you needed to take a break from a connection as well. Maybe you felt like you needed time to yourself. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some type of connection that you're in, and I'm seeing wanting to take a break from something, wanting to pull back a little bit. Maybe you feel like you need time to yourself. For some of you, there's a sense of even going away with a partner, going away somewhere. Maybe you feel like you need time to focus on your partnership. This may be for a small number of you, but for some of you, you're visiting a parent. Maybe reconnecting with someone. Yeah, I'm really getting this notion of you feeling like it's up to you to take action in a certain way. And I'm seeing this having to do with a relationship. It's like there's something you needed to do, a type of energy you needed to bring into the connection. We're looking at so many major arcanas here. I feel like there's so many different frequencies involved in this. It's like, maybe too, you could have felt the need to incorporate more leniency into something you were doing, because maybe you were finding that there could have been a sense of being too rigid in the way that you were going about doing something and wanting to change, because it's like all this responsibility that's resting on you, maybe wanting to lighten up a little bit and maybe find a better balance between a role that is expected of you and also you being in touch with your happiness and your creativity, and maybe wanting to focus on something that brings you joy. and having some time to refresh, because you also may have been feeling a little bit blocked at times, and there's a sense of needing to, I'm hearing, create a diversion. It's like making room for your creativity to come through again, because maybe you were feeling also a bit caught up in the mundane, and you wanted to shake things up a little bit because maybe you weren't feeling as creative or as inspired. And there's a sense of like wanting to bring something to fruition through your creativity. Yeah. And the more in touch with your happiness and your joy and the pleasures of life you're feeling, the more you're getting in touch with your personal happiness. Building steadily towards a sense of fulfillment. And knowing also that this takes time too, because there's a sense of being mindful to take breaks when it feels necessary in order to, maybe you also felt like you weren't tending to a relationship as much, and this is something that you want to give more attention to now. It's something that you want to give more focus to, because maybe you were doing other things that were very important to you and the focus kind of shifted away from a relationship, and now you want to put that focus back on your relationship, back on a partner for some. Yeah, for some of you, I'm definitely seeing some type of traveling here, or at least a thought about this, going somewhere with your person. There's a sense as well of visualizing some type of dream, some vision that you have, and knowing too that you're getting a clear picture of what it is that you want and what it is that you're striving for, and you know at the same time that it's going to take time to nurture this. It's going to take investing in this in order to allow it to come to fruition. For some of you, there looks like there's possibly an upgrade when it comes to what you've been doing for work. Something about your position. Like you may be taking on more responsibilities, or something with your role is changing. For some of you, there's a goal of manifesting even a child. I'm seeing with the sun and the magician here, and also the moon, but something that feels unknown. I'm looking at Libra, Pisces. I'm looking at the sun, Mercury, Scorpio, Aries, Gemini, Cancer. Yeah. For some of you, it's like manifesting a child, manifesting an animal, something that you're trying to make happen, but something that you don't know about yet, but it's something that you've been visualizing, something that you've been putting the groundwork down to create. For some of you, this isn't a literal child, this is an actual project that you've been working on, something creatively that you're going to be producing, I'm hearing. Something within the relationship, I'm seeing this connection that you have with someone, and there's something that's going to be changing. I'm seeing your role change, and I'm also seeing your partner's role change as well. I'm seeing the relationship go through go through a big transformation, and when you come out on the other side of it, there's a sense of feeling different, and there's a sense of maybe having more of a shared dream or vision with this person about what it is that you're trying to create, what it is that you want to happen, having your sights set on a particular goal, and knowing as well that some of it is within the unknown, and you're not going to find everything out all at the same time. There's a sense of mystery here with what it is that you're manifesting and wondering if something is going to actually come to fruition. But you know that if it's possible, you would want this to be incorporated into your relationship. And I'm also seeing a sense of equanimity as well. This can always be the relationship between you and yourself, Cancer. If this is about you and a partner, there's a sense of you guys kind of going off on your own here and spending some time away from maybe the pressure of the roles that you have in your everyday life, and taking time to focus on your relationship, the relationship happiness, well-being. It's like finally time to focus on you guys. Yeah, for some of you, I'm seeing that you're going somewhere and you're going to be meeting up with people. This can be old friends, family members, things like that. I'm seeing you and another person going somewhere here. For some of you, you're making a call to, it's like people that you don't regularly see. There's something happening with that, like some type of meetup or a call. I'm hearing a session for some. I really am feeling this getaway type of vibe. It's like going somewhere, traveling. But I mean, this can even be some sort of breakup from a routine. All right, so to go over the signs again, I'm looking at you, Cancer. I'm looking at Gemini, Mercury, Libra, Aries, Scorpio, the Sun, Pisces. The Five of Wands just fell off. Maybe you're also trying to relax a bit more. Like, you may have been feeling like you were, maybe somebody was rubbing you the wrong way. There's a sense of having a conflict, maybe even having conflicting ways of doing things when it comes to you and another person. It's like you could be having some sort of disagreement with someone who's quite particular in the way that they do things, the way that they like things. It's like maybe somebody that you feel like gets in the way of your flow of how you like to do things, and there's a sense of, I'm hearing the word transgression. There's a sense of not getting on with this person well because of that. It's like this person may be a bit more like domineering or controlling, maybe too aggressive at times. I'm seeing it like conflict with your style, but there's something to be learned here, and maybe it's about allowing somebody the space to do things how they want to and knowing when to step back. It's like maybe even step out of the way of whoever this person is. Because I'm seeing like something that we're learning here. Maybe you're recognizing too that when you're more particular about things, there are more energies that you have to kind of stand up and advocate for yourself and for those around you when you want to be living a certain way. And that's just something that comes with it. It comes with being the one that's responsible and the one that's in control. I'm looking at Saturn here. Saturn can speak on our responsibilities, discipline, how we like to do things, our habits, what feels comfortable to us, old traditions, sometimes being set in our ways too, sometimes being unwilling to budge as well. It's like thinking that things have to be done a particular way, but there's a sense of wanting to resolve whatever conflict this is. Maybe in understanding this person or this situation better, it's going to help you figure out a solution that feels more terminal to you. Like maybe even asking this person questions to understand like where their mind is. To know whether or not this style resonates with you. I don't really know who this person is as far as like the placement that this person has in your life, but I'm seeing that the way that they do things feels different than the way that you do things, and there may be a sense of like feeling bothered by that. But maybe this is about allowing somebody to be in their ways and understanding too. I'm hearing unforgiving. Understanding when someone's kind of stuck in their ways and not willing to bend or accommodate. And this is about understanding that and not trying to like force your own way or manipulate. It's about allowing someone to be when they don't want to change. This is too about knowing when to cut your losses as well and to walk away from something. It's like when you recognize you're not going to resolve something or you're not going to get very far with someone, there's a sense of wisdom within knowing when to kind of throw your hands up. And this may be a situation that we're coming to terms with. For some of you, this is a parental figure, not for everybody. But yeah, it's like someone that likes to do things their own way, can be somewhat domineering or particular, things along those lines. And there's a sense of maybe even planning to collect your things and move on. Interesting. Maybe also you're limiting the amount of time that you're spending with someone too. It's like you can be with them for a particular amount of time, but once things start going south within the conversation, it's about stepping out of that space. And maybe we're also learning more about our boundaries. This also feels like coming to a place where you don't feel like you have to prove yourself as well. It's like you're validating yourself here, so you don't need anybody else's approval. And you don't need to like try to overpower anyone because you're accepting where they are right now. This is too about incorporating like philosophies that you've adopted, mantras into your personal life. It's like truly integrating that as well. This is what I'm seeing here. Because this feels kind of like a test to me in a way. It's like changing some some sort of like old habit, pattern, or dynamic with someone, and being able to grow from this experience, even if that other person isn't willing to grow. It's about focusing on your personal growth and not so much minding where somebody else is. It's more so about accepting that. This is what I'm seeing here for you, Cancer. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I saw 2020 on the time when I looked up. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.